What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we're gonna have a little fun video talking about the future of EX-07. So decks I'm really excited to play, or I'm gonna give a whack at, but without further ado, let's dive in the video and talk about it. Sadly, I'm going to be straight honest with you, Cinderella Man is going to be one of those decks I'm going to have to build over time. I know it's not going to be the best deck to play right off the bat, but the deck has a lot of fun. I like any deck that I can do token shenanigans, and especially with Cinderella Man here, Cinderella herself, producing these tokens similar to Diaboromon, always a fun blast of a time. The deck very much uses these tokens to advantage to help, you know, when they get deleted, they're going to minus the DP of the threat to make it smaller. And then when you do your Cinderella Mons, when attacking skill, you get to minus their another 6,000 DP. What's really awesome is Overclock Puppet trait can pop the token you just played at the start of your turn or when digivolving, so you can get another attack in without suspending. And that means your when attacking goes off yet again. This is all great stuff when you're trying to do some deck building in generalization, but the problem comes down to, as I've said before, decks like this, especially when they are promo gate kept, I didn't get any of the promos, so I can't even play Cinderella Man exactly how she needs to be because I'm missing the Shumon, and I'm gonna drop for one Shushu promo at least, but I don't have the other Ariza either. So now it makes it a little bit harder to get the deck fundamentally at its strongest is with, you know, 4 Shumon promos, 1 Shushu, and a couple of Arizas promos, and all this adds up, and then the deck becomes astronomical. I don't like that, so I have to make it more budget friendly and easier from, let's say, a new player's perspective. I mean, being able to just buy 1 Trubimon Ace, and then the rest just being starter deck shenanigans, buying 2 starter decks and a few other things, really solid. You can definitely take out the promo Shumon and then fill it up with some other champion, but you definitely really want this, you know, all turns while you have Ariza, this Digimon gains jamming effect. That extra little free poke damage is always good, but the inheritable as well when attacking skill does come up sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's going to be what it is. The deck can't... I don't think fundamentally the deck's strong enough to compete higher than a local level. Major event-wise, it would need a lot of hard work and a big investment because Shushus are, what, at the moment, 20s? So you're spending $80 there. Shushu's about 30, so that's another 110, and then the Arizas are 20s as well. And if you pick up a play set of Arizas there, you're at $160, $190 just to get into the deck. I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, out of everything, why did Bandai go this route and make it so that the promos weren't even easy accessible? That's like what really kills a lot of decks for some players, is that they can't access it. And Cinderella Man, even though I'm super excited to play with it, I think this is going to be one of those Digimon CGO kind of shenanigans that I'm just going to play online through that and be able to play it how I want. But if I were to take it to locals at the most budget-friendly option I can do, with just being 1 Shushu and Trubimon Ace, I think this is the best I can do, to be honest with you, besides picking up Trial Deck and Starter Support. Next deck, though, definitely Galaxy is on my radar here because, again, I love Light Fang and Nightclaw. I've been testing it with the Mirage only. You definitely need Hexablow. Hexablow giving you that extra preventative. If this, you know, none of your opponent's Digimon with as many or fewer Digievolutions as this Digimon can suspend, not many decks that aren't named X Antibody can stop a Hexablow stack in this deck. This deck really can apply pressure, and being able to shut off your opponent's Digimon from swinging, because you can do all the crazy shenanigans with Lunamons, you know, de-digivolving, digivolve up, de-digivolve again, you know, and then proceed to just wail on your opponent really does matter and makes your opponent have a bad time. I think we definitely have a good start where we want to go with it. I'm doing blue memory boost because you want to grab your blue pieces a little bit more, trying to get to Lunamon as soon as possible. It does matter and comes up occasionally. So just knowing what you're doing with the deck is vitally important. I think Mirage and Hexablow are just two nasty combo beasts that if they're both on the field, your opponent's going to have a hard time trying to out one. Both of them on board is just going to make them have a bad time. So a well-timed Mirage and a Hexablow stack on the field at the same time, to be honest with you, most players won't be able to stop that. Then we do have Liberators X. I think this is probably the only way I'm going to be able to play Vigamon in any capacity. And I feel like this is going to be a lot of players as well, just because Pteramon is going to be expensive. Shoto promo is going to be expensive for a lot of people's budgets. And then even, I mean, luckily they reprinted it as store champs to lower it down, but Pteramon being your most expensive buy-in right now is going to be very hard for you to justify dropping your money in your bank account, right? Right. So, keeping this in mind, the Liberators X combination really is fun, actually, to be honest with you. I like the strat. I like the way it's going about it. Being able to use your vortex shenanigans and make it so you can attack suspended Digimon the moment it comes in, even on your turn, is really solid. You know, just applying pressure really can lead to having your opponent have a bad time. And Liberators X being able to play these at reduced cost is just ridiculous. And even like with Grand Gales and stuff like that, suspend one Digimon. If FX suspended one of your Digimon, you may play one Digimon with Bird or Avian in its traits with 3000 DP or less from hand without paying its cost. Just really solid. And then Grand Galemon itself, Vortex. When Digivolving, you may suspend one Digimon. If it affects suspended one of your Digimon, this Digimon is infected by your opponent's effects until the end of opponent's turn. This all adds up pretty quickly, and the deck has a lot going for it, and I like the way it's trying to play style, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're going to definitely feel like Pteramon, if you don't have it, you can definitely just max on Paladin X and Kiwimon, and then you could definitely use it. But Ptero just being able to suspend in that extra DP boost is what's really helping the deck be a little more scarier. But oh no, I think this is a really good starting list for you guys to give it a try. And I'm going to give it a shot at least because I think Liberators X is definitely a lot of potential. And then we got black blockers. If you guys know, this is probably what people are complaining about the most, the Mother D Reaper plus the Shoto combo. The fact that this deck exists makes people have a near aneurysm, to be straight. People are getting pissed about it just because if you open Shoto, hatch Mother, play Shoto, your opponent's now basically every turn from now on is basically watching Mother come up, promote, Mother come up, promote, Mother come up, promote, and then Shoto, 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 making them each one after another blockers. And then basically what your opponent's gonna do after a while is be able to play their Tais and Satskis, making bigger threats and making more lethal, and then forcing you to attack with Edamon and Seraphamon. And then they'll just go into their Vikemon Ace, Mega Gargos, or even Cherubimons just to have you have a bad day. And they're just going to do that until there's a wide enough board, and then you just Quartzmon. They're going to Quartzmon you to help deal with security threats. And having access to like Heaven's Judgment, Giant Missile, and Trident Arms really make you have a bad time. The deck is going to be what players will say are toxic, but if your deck can get around it, it gets around it pretty easily. And then 7 Great Demon Lords is another great deck I want to try out. I'm very excited to play this because of the fact that Shoto makes all this blockers. Now your opponent has to deal with you because now they can't just swing willy-nilly against you. You can play big boys a little bit sooner now because now your opening goals are get to Shoto and Digimon Emperor as your first kind of opening. If you can get a Shoto down and then followed by Emperor, your opponent's just going to have a bad fucking day. and it's just not going to end well for them. It's like similar to black blockers, but instead you're just watching your opponent just have good threat analysis, and then boom, after a certain point they're gonna get a Digimon in the grave and then just make you really regret just existing. So stuff like this does matter, as the Gate of Deadly Sins is a faster Royal Knights deck, and just having a Digimon, as long as they don't have Paladin mode to answer, this deck will just take some games just by breathing. So just be ready for this deck in certain matchups, and I'm excited to see what people are going to build. So what deck are you guys excited for, and what you guys are planning to build coming this set? So let me know down in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.